Hello and welcome to the Out of the Sandbox video guide to the Turbo Shopify theme collection page and product page. Today I'm going to talk to you about the built-in theme settings associated with the collection page, which is what you see here, and with the product page, which is what you see here. So if you are looking for any assistance in configuring your home page for your Turbo theme, there's already a video about that, so go check out that video. First, I'd like to walk through what we already have on the Shopify platform, what we're already working with, before we jump in and take a look at the specific settings. So here we already have products on the Shopify platform. If you were looking for any assistance on adding products to the Shopify platform, check out the Shopify documentation, as they can walk you through how you can add a title, a description, the product type, vendor, collection, tags, all of these aspects to your product. We will be using all of this data when it comes to the product page, but it's all configured right here on the Shopify platform itself. So if you needed any assistance in how to operate this interface, check out the Shopify documentation. Now, I am going to jump in a little bit later on and show you how you can use the HTML editor to use some built-in components of the theme to enhance the layout of your product description. And so we'll jump into that a little bit later on, but I just wanted to show you that we already have a whole slew of products on the platform with various attributes. Those products have also been categorized into a number of collections. So these collections are collections that we'll be using throughout the shop. Some of them were used for features on the homepage, but here you see a conventional collection that has products in it, it has a description, and it has a collection image. So we already have these things on the platform. All right, let's jump over to the actual customized theme settings and see what settings we have available with the Turbo theme. So here we are on the themes panel, and I'll use this customize theme button to jump in here where we have the settings along the right and we have the preview on the left. We're going to jump in to see the product page settings first. And I guess if we're going to look at the product page settings, we should probably jump into a product page. So I have some products already set up here in my navigation setup. Let's take a look at the strap product. All right, so here we have a fully featured product. Let's go down through the settings, and that will sort of highlight what each of these sections are on the product page. So starting in the top left corner, we have the breadcrumb links. So this is sort of a path that was used to navigate to the product. So you can navigate backwards through that path if you'd like to access the collection through which the product was accessed. So that whole feature can be enabled and disabled. These next few settings, show tags, show type, and show collections down here, those all affect this section down here. So we can enable and disable the type tags, which is the category section here, and the type, so as to omit that from the product page, or we can, of course, include it. Down from that, we've got show vendor. And so that will pull the vendor data from the product page or from the product data into this section above the title. If the product had a SKU, it would show here as well, but this product doesn't currently have a SKU, so it does not show here along with the product. We've got this show related products option here. Now, this yoga strap does not belong to any collections. It belongs to a collection all on its own. It's just in this strap in detail collection. As such, there are no related products appearing with it. So let's take a look at a product that does have some related items appearing along with it. Let's take a look at this mat. So the mat is part of the mats collection, and as such, we have these related items showing along here. We can change the number of items that appear in this related items section before needing to slide to the next, and then we use these arrows here to sort of slide through that collection. Pretty neat. But now we're going to go an extra step here, and I'm going to show you how you can take control of your related products. So let's jump back over to that strap product and say that hypothetically in my related products section here, I would like to show other bright products, other pink and red products. So to do that, to pick and choose the products that I want to display in that related products section, I would come over to the admin panel here, and I would go to products, collections, and I would create a collection that contains the products that I would like to feature. So here I have selected 2 products to feature in this collection that I have titled Bright. a pink yoga mat and some red shorts here, which I think will go along well, are related in color to this product. So now how do we associate this collection with that product? Well, we jump over to the product screen and into the product details. And we add a tag to this product that goes like this. It goes meta related collection. And then you put in the handle dash and the handle of the collection. In our case, it's bright. And add that tag to the product and save it. Now we'll come over here. We'll save the changes we've made in the customizer so far, which will allow this to update as well. And there it shows our related items that we have selected specifically. So that's how you go ahead and curate your related items on a specific product, is you create a collection containing the related items first, and then you go into the product and add that meta related collections tag. There is indeed a support article on this, which I will link to in here it is, the related products support article, and I'll link to this in the description so you can get some more details on that if you need them. All right, back into these settings here. What other settings do we have available? We have this enable back in stock request form. So this comes into play whenever you are tracking your inventory on Shopify and you have a product that has reached zero inventory, like this violet alternative, like this violet variant here. It has reached an inventory of 0, so we can prompt the shopper to enter their email address here, and then you will receive that as a contact email letting you know that a customer is interested in a product that is sold out. Now, that's the extent of this feature. It will not notify the customer whenever the inventory is back up to 1 or back up to a reasonable level. So it's up to you to sort of establish a system that will notify the customers whenever the item is back in stock, whether you're doing that manually or looking into another third-party application to take care of that for you. We've got the quantity box here, which will allow you to select the number of the quantity of the item you'd like to add to the cart at once. If you'd like, and again, this is contingent on the inventory being tracked on Shopify for the item. This item is being tracked on Shopify. It has 10 units left in the inventory. So you have the option of displaying that for your shoppers, which could maybe build some urgency and get them to add the item to the cart, knowing that it's of a limited run. The product gallery itself has these arrows to the left and right that can be enabled and disabled. The images that appear to the left of the main image are the image thumbnails, and they can be enabled and disabled. This feature, allowing the magnification of the image to the full-size product image, can be enabled and disabled using this magnify product images on hover setting. Then you can allow the product images to slide automatically. Here's what that looks like. So we've enabled that setting, and now they're sliding along from image to image. The entire gallery can be placed to the left or to the right of the description. And then you have 3 options for thumbnail position as well. So you can really get creative with the layout. It's a very flexible layout for a product page. Additionally, you can select whether or not you want the description to appear above or below that product form. So here's what it looks like with those positions swapped out. Great. A couple more settings here. If you have an item that is set to $0, you can change what the text will be, whether it's free or whether it's get your sample here or whatever you would like that text to be. You can control it here. And this is where you set a global size chart, a size chart that will apply to all products. Since the yoga strap here does not really have a size chart, we will leave this global setting set to none. But I'm going to jump in here in a moment and show you how you can set a size chart specifically for a product and set a size chart for a number of products. Before that, I did jump over this setting here because there's a little bit to talk about. We've got the color swatch setting. So if you don't want to show color swatches, instead you can show the regular drop-down style selector for variants, which looks like this. But we do want the color swatch enabled. It's a attractive feature. It gives your shoppers a preview of what their color selection is going to look like. We only have one of the swatches configured here, and I'm going to show you how you can configure the rest of them. So first, let's jump over here to the admin panel and take a look at what these variants are called. We've got fuchsia, violet, dove gray, and natural. So what you're going to want to do to configure a swatch is take a 50 by 50 pixel screenshot of the texture that you would like to display. So what I did is took a 50 by 50 screenshot. I did a Shift Command 4 like this, and I grabbed a piece of this texture here, which added the screenshot to my desktop. Then what you're going to want to do is rename those screenshots to match the variant name exactly. Not only that, you're going to want to remove all capital letters and replace all spaces with hyphens. With those files renamed, head over here to Themes, use this ... link to go to Edit HTML and CSS. Head on down here to Assets, add a new asset, and then choose those swatch files that you created. So you can see the 4 of them here, and they've all been what we call handleized. So we've removed the capital letters, we've replaced the spaces with hyphens. And this is where you can go ahead in and upload these PNG files that have been named again to match exactly the name of the variant. Go ahead and upload the remaining 3. Dove gray, got violet up there. Now let's get the natural one as well. So with those assets uploaded, I'm just going to go ahead and save the progress that we have here so far. And that's going to reload this page and show which of the swatches were successful. So I've missed out on Dove Gray. That's because it's Gray, and I have named mine Grey. So as you see, obviously exact spelling, exact capitalization, so no capitals, no spaces, and exact spelling necessary to get that feature to work properly. Great. All right, as promised, let's take a look at a product that has a size guide and see how that's done. So as you see here, size guide is set to none, but we do indeed have a size guide popping up here. How is that done? Well, we've got a support article on it, so you can go check that out, but I'm going to give you a little preview right here. What we've done is created a page that has the size guide included within it. So here it is, the size guide in its entirety as a piece of page content. Make note of the page handle right down here, Manduka size guide with hyphens. Then the next step would be to jump into the product itself. We're taking a look at a pair of these shorts here. And you're going to want to add the tag meta-size-chart- and then the handle of the page. So again, I'll link to the support article to give you more details on that, but that's how it's done. Meta, size chart, and then the name of the page. And then that will allow that size chart to appear underneath the size guide link associated with that specific page. All right, great. All right, let's jump into this other product here, this matte product. Since you may have noticed something special within the product description, and that's this layout, the specific layout here, this tabbed layout. So again, we have a support article to talk to you about how you can add tabs using HTML here. We've even created this tab editor feature. So go check out this article, check out this tab editor, because you can generate the tab code that you need. But then here's where you're going to want to put it. Let's jump into that product specifically. And here it is. You can't see the tabs within the actual editor preview, but if you jump over to HTML, you can see from here, right down to here, we've got this tab set up, coded out in HTML. So either take a look at that article to use the various tags that you need to separate out your tabs, or you can use that generator to generate the piece of code that you need and add it right in here into the HTML editor of the product. Doing that, it will render just like this with these tabs and the content within the tabs. I'm going to show you another quick trick here while we're looking at the HTML editor. That's if I want to display a section of this description in another portion of the product page, I'm going to add this split tag. It looks something like this. So adding that to the HTML will render everything above the split in the regular position for the description, and it will render everything below the split in a section a little bit further down on the product page. So here's what that looks like. So you see those tabs are gone now. They're down here and displaying full width. And you can do that with any portion of your product description. You can add that split in. Anything above the split will appear here. Anything below the split will appear here above the related items section. Great. Now let's go to an actual collection page and see what built-in settings we have available for a collection. So I've created this collection link on my homepage banner, and here we are on the yoga mats collection page. Then corresponding with that, we have this collection page tab of settings. First and foremost, you can select the number of products that are appearing per row, whether it's in the desktop view or in the mobile view. So here's desktop. Here's a mobile view of 2 products per row. This is what 1 product per row looks like on mobile. Like that. Back to desktop here. You can change the number of products that are appearing per page, but now a new feature with Turbo is that you can select between a few pagination types. So if you exceed the number of products per page here, you can have a load more button appear that will allow the rest of the next 24 items to appear. You can have pagination links, which will show sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, and you would toggle between them, versus an infinite scroll, which will sort of render the products as the shopper is scrolling down through the page. So you've got those different options of pagination. If you have product images that are not all of the same height, you can align the product height and then set a height here manually. So the advice would be to set that to the height of your shortest product image to allow all product images to then have sort of the same height and align up a little bit better. Breadcrumb links, again, just like the product page, is a path used to access the collection. That feature can be enabled and disabled. We've got the tag filtering feature here, which can be enabled and disabled. This is showing all of the tags on the products of this collection, and selecting one of them will, in a sense, filter out all of the products, showing just the products with those particular tags. Collection sorting is here. The various built-in Shopify sorting types. So those can be selected between, and that feature can be enabled and disabled. The title of the collection can be disabled if you'd like. Vendors can be enabled to display along the thumbnail information. So that actually appears here in the hover information, just like that. We've got this sale banner. Actually, I'll talk to you about all the banners right now. So a sale banner is enabled whenever you jump into a product here. If you have a compare at price on your product that is higher than the actual price, then the product is fundamentally on sale. And in that case, the sale banner will appear. If you're using the compare at price for another reason and you don't want the sale banner to appear, of course, that feature can be disabled here. But as you see, we also have the coming soon banner and the new banner appearing here on the collection page. That is done by heading on into collections on the admin panel, creating a collection called new, creating a collection called coming soon, and featuring in those collections whatever products should have those banners. Very straightforward. We have the ability of showing the color swatch right on the collection page as well, which will show, in a sense, below the product thumbnail. The information appearing within the image on hover, that whole thing can be disabled and display the information more conventionally below the thumbnail. I believe the hovering feature to be quite attractive, so I'm going to leave it enabled. The Quickview feature is right here. This is opening up a pop-up of sort of a product page. So you can add to the cart a nice truncated flow for your shoppers. You can enable and disable that feature. Finally, we've got the ability to add a collection banner image. So I'm going to go ahead and select a banner image here. One of the banner images that I have used for another piece of content. How about this one here? This is not enabled in the demo, but this is what it would look like if you had it enabled. And that would be a global banner. So that would apply to all of your collections. And if you'd like, you can have the name of the collection appearing over the banner, just like that. All right, so those are the extent of the built-in features associated with the product page and the collection page. As I mentioned, though, there are a number of articles that walk through these details in a little bit more of an instruction here. So here we have the swatch instructions, how to use the standard swatches versus the custom swatches, which we took a look at. This is that tab article with the tab editor. Take a look at that. We've got the idea of adding the split to move a portion of your product description sort of below. And we've got this related products component where you use the meta related collection handle name tag to sort of associate a collection with a product to take control over your related items. If you needed any additional assistance with configuring your products, configuring your collections, especially when it comes to the built-in features of the theme, head on over here to the support center, support.outofthesandbox.com. Go ahead and search for your question first to see if somebody has already asked it and we've written an article about it. Or you can go ahead and send us in a question to support@outofthesandbox.com, or use this built-in form here to send us your question, and the support representatives at Out of the Sandbox will reply to you in no time with some helpful advice. My name is Sean Campbell. Thank you very much for joining me for this walkthrough video. All the best.